Okay, welcome everybody. I'm excited to be with you tonight. My name's Eric Johnson. I'm the creator and CEO of Teamzy. And tonight I want to teach you guys how to set up Teamzy, how to do a power hour, right? One of the things that's cool about Teamzy is it lets you get all your work done in less than an hour a day. Not only that, but you actually know exactly what to do with Teamzy. There's no mystery anymore about what you need to do in order to build the business. Keeps everything organized for you, tells you who's up next, so you always know what to connect. Who's up next to connect with. It helps you with what to say. It pretty much does almost everything for you. You just got to do the work. So I'm going to show you how to set it up, how to crush a power hour, all of that tonight. It's going to be fun. We'll do a Q&A at the end. I'm also going to take you guys through some training on relationship marketing, which is the system and philosophy Teamzy's built on, because you really need to understand that to get the most out of the system, if that makes sense. How many of you, just make sure your camera's on real quick, how many of you are using Teamzy already? Couple? Okay, good. So some of this will be review, but I'm sure I'm going to show you some things you haven't seen. Have any of you guys seen me train on Teamzy before? I got one. Okay, good. So good. Great. And as you know, it's like drinking water through a fire hose when I'm training. I'm going to give you a lot of information, so you'll probably pick up a few nuggets in there too. So here's what we're going to do. Let's dive right in. I am recording this too, so you guys will have it later. I want to talk to you about this first, which is how to systemize your success with relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. Okay, so I'm going to teach you a bunch of stuff: what relationship marketing is, how it works incredibly well, better than anything else, how to systemize that so you always come across as a professional, and how to get it done in less than an hour a day. That's what we want, right? Okay. So my backstory, for those of you who've never met me or seen me do one of these trainings, my background is actually in business coaching and consulting. I've been a professional business coach going on almost 20 years. Gosh, it'll be 20 years this fall. And I've been helping people build their business based on relationships. About 5 years ago, I fell into the network marketing world by accident. I found some products that really helped me personally. I was excited about them. And I started thinking about, looking at it kind of as a side hustle. How many of you guys this is your business is your side hustle? So I started looking at it as a side hustle. Even though I had a great career and I was making good income, the challenge that I had was that these are my favorite people right here. This is my family. And I never saw these people. I was always working. I just wasn't around them. And I realized that I was missing out. My kids were basically growing up without me. I'd see them in the morning. They'd be in their pajamas when I left for work. And when I got home from work, they'd be in their pajamas again, getting ready for bed. I felt like here I was trying to provide this great life for my kids, but I wasn't really present for them. So I started looking at, the network marketing opportunity, thinking this could be a great way for me to become independent of my job. How many of you guys, that's your goal, to become independent of your job? And so I started looking at it. Now, here was my challenge. When the heck am I going to build a business? I already don't have any time. Right? I didn't have any time. So I started looking at, okay, if I could just put 1 hour a day into this business, how could I get that done? So I started looking for tools that would help me leverage that time, software and things like that. And I looked everywhere, but long story short, there was really nothing out there that was easy enough for me to use or that did what I needed it to do. So we built Teamzy. I realized I needed it and I figured other people might need it too. So we launched Teamzy just 4 years ago. In that time, in just 4 years, we've had more than 100,000 network marketers use Teamzy, which is amazing. Amazing. And I'm sure that you guys have heard everywhere in the Xyngular world right now, everyone's talking about Teamzy, right? 2 months ago, no one was talking about Teamzy. And that's how it's grown. It's just grown like that, where a leader will find it and then share it, and it just takes off like wildfire. And it has been just kind of really amazing and humbling for us to watch it grow like that. And we're excited to be working with you guys now too. And just to kind of give you an idea for results, our active users, people actively using Teamzy, they're averaging 21 customers and 9 recruits over 90 days. Okay, that's pretty good, right? How many of you guys are down with that? You'd like to see that in your business over the next 90 days? Okay, great. Just do exactly what I show you tonight and you're good to go. Okay. So let's talk about the topic. What is relationship marketing? What is relationship marketing? And I want you guys to know relationship marketing is not just selling stuff to friends or trying to leverage relationships to get sales, which is what a lot of people think it is. It's a philosophy of doing business. Okay, relationship marketing is a philosophy of doing business that puts relationships and people ahead of sales and products. It puts relationships and people ahead of sales and products. Also, it's not some abstract feel-good concept. This is a proven system. And because it's a system that we follow, we always know what to do next. Let me see hands. Who just wants to know what to do next every day? Okay, so now you have the system. Always know what to do next. There's no mystery to it, okay? Also, I want you guys to understand that relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. That's a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business. I know that's kind of a dry definition, right? But you guys need to understand something. You're more than salespeople. You're business owners, right? You're business owners. And a business owner's job is to choose the lead generation system for the business. I want you guys to have a mindset shift. Your job, you don't have a job to sell Xyngular products. You're in the lead generation business. Your job is to generate leads, or as this definition says, to initiate interest or inquiry into what you're doing, okay? So why do we have to generate leads? So that we can build relationships with people. So this is the next principle. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. It's not getting a sale. It's not getting a new team member. It's building relationships with people. And if you guys can focus on meeting people and building relationships with them, you will have a business that grows. The focus needs to be on relationships, because what we do is we turn our relationships into advocates. We turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service. The traditional outlook in our business, you guys, is that you look at a person on a list and you think, can I get them to buy something? Right? And if they say yes, you get one sale. Instead, if you look at that person and say, can I build a relationship where I can make this person my advocate? This person will now be worth maybe possibly hundreds of sales, hundreds of customers, okay? And you guys just need to understand that even the people who say no can become advocates in your business. And that's why we treat them all incredibly well with relationship marketing. Next principle, relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work, okay? If you're a jerk, it ain't gonna work. You can't do anything disingenuous for this to work. You have to be authentic and real and honest and integrous in everything you do. And anything that you're doing in your business that doesn't quite feel right, it probably is eroding trust, right? But you don't have to do anything like that with relationship marketing. And here's the cool part. Trust makes the work fun, because when somebody trusts you even just a little bit, you don't have to convince them. You don't have to sell them. You can get right to helping them, right? Also, trust takes the ickiness out of the process. There's no feeling like an icky salesperson when somebody trusts you. And finally, you get to go for yes. Instead of worrying about no's and all these people rejecting you, with relationship marketing, we're building yeses. We're building yeses because our approach doesn't require people to reject us, and it doesn't require us to damage our relationships. So how do you build trust? I'm going to show you the 4 essential ingredients to building trust tonight. So whether or not you guys become Teamzy power users, you will have these principles that you can apply in your business. Okay, let's go through them really quick, and then I'll break them out for you. Then we'll dive into Teamzy. So number 1 is chemistry. Okay, chemistry. Number 2 is character. Okay, number 2 is character. Number 3 is competence. Competence. Okay, number 4 is consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right. So let's talk about chemistry. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay, chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Bottom line, no one wants to do business with someone they don't like, right? Our first job is to build chemistry. Find out what we have in common with people. Ask some questions. We have things in common with everybody. Absolutely. If you just talk to somebody for 2 minutes, you'll find something you have in common with them. So what is it about you they can relate to? That's the first piece. Number 2 is character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. Notice something about this definition. You don't actually have character. I know you think you have character, but you don't. Character is an action you take. It's something you do. Character is something you do on a daily basis. Does this make sense? We can't rest on the character we've demonstrated in the past or even yesterday. Today, we have to show our care for others. We have to demonstrate our relatability to others so that they can understand who we are and what kind of person we are. Is it important when you're doing business that the person on the other side is a person of good character to you? Yeah, it's the most important thing. And that's why we have to constantly be thinking about, how am I demonstrating my character to others today? When you're posting on social media, are you showing care for your audience? Are you giving them something that will help them? When you are interacting with your customers, are you demonstrating your character? When you are driving on the highway, are you demonstrating your character? Right? Everything matters 24/7, because the business is you. You are the business. Number 3 is competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay, competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. There's 2 pieces to this. The first is, are you an expert at Xyngular? Do you know what you're talking about? Can you help me? Bottom line is, we're in the people helping business, aren't we? Can you help me? I've got a problem. I need a solution. Are you competent? Do I trust that you can help me? Before I become your customer, I need to know that I can trust you. Okay? So the first piece is becoming competent, knowing your products inside and out, knowing the testimonials until you have your own, understanding what you can and can't say about your products, understanding how they actually work, understanding how the competition works. This is part of being a professional. Does it make sense? You need to be competent. The second piece of competence is, are you a business person? Do I believe you could mentor me to be successful in this business? Do I want to join your team? I'm not going to join your team if I don't feel you're competent. Does this make sense? I could love you, but want to join somebody else's team. Competence is something we need to be demonstrating, just like character. You could be the most competent person in the world, but if nobody knows, it doesn't matter. And here's the truth. You could be totally incompetent, and your job is to start demonstrating that competence. How do you do that? Well, what I'm not trying to tell you to do is fake it. I don't want you to fake it ever. No faking, okay? But start learning out loud. Let people know you're learning things. Share. Oh my gosh, I just learned this. Did you guys know this? I just learned about this. Did you know this? Did you guys know, hydration helps lose weight? This is an important piece. This is why I just learned this today. Share your journey of knowledge with people so they can see you becoming more knowledgeable. Does that make sense? And until you have that competence yourself, what I recommend you do is you lean into the competence of your upline and your team. You tell people how incredible they are, how knowledgeable they are, how successful they are, so that they know you're aligned with people who know what they're doing. Does it make sense? So leaders, tell your new people, don't worry, as you're learning this stuff, you're gonna lean into my competence. I'm gonna be the competent person for you. And that's what you guys do, right? You get on 3-way calls, you help out your downline. So new people, lean into the competency of your team while you build yours. But this is important. People need this to trust you. Chemistry, character, competence, the first 3 ingredients for building trust. There's a principle behind these. I'll touch it real quick and then we'll jump to number 4. Here's the principle. When somebody's going to do business with you, they only care about these 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? And these are the kind of things that take a while to build in people, right? It's a process of connecting and building a relationship. But once somebody feels good about these 3 things, you guys, they will be your advocate. Okay, and let me just explain that again. An advocate may never buy Xyngular from you. They may never join your team, but they will tell people about you. They will bring people to you. They will bring you customers and team members because they believe in what you're doing. Does this make sense? Okay, number 4 is consistency. Consistency. Here's the principle on consistency. How many of you guys have raised kids or are raising kids? Is it important to be consistent if you want them to listen and be trustful? Yeah. Isn't it amazing how kids, look, if you've raised kids or raising kids, you've already basically learned the hard way all the ins and outs of relationships. Because adults are really no different than kids. The difference is they don't always say it out loud. But you know how, like, if you let your kid have ice cream once for breakfast, it's every single day. It's like a possibility, right? Because you broke your consistency. Now remember that time we were camping and you let me have ice cream? So now that you've been inconsistent, there's a gap. And adults are the same way. Consistency is how we build trust more than anything. And there are people who love you who don't necessarily trust you yet as a Xyngular professional, but they love you. What are they waiting for? They need to see you being consistent. They need to see you being consistent. And those of you guys who've been in the business a few years, you had people say, I just kind of needed to see if you were going to still be doing this a year later before I jumped in with you. Here's the principle. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and desire it for themselves. So what's cool about it, not only does being consistent build trust better than anything else, and it's essential, by the way, for building trust and keeping it, but people respect it and desire it. In other words, they want to be around it. How many of you have been told by somebody that you're inspiring to them? And you think, me? I'm inspiring? If you only knew half of the dumb things I did. Don't talk to my spouse, you know? But what is it about you that's so inspiring? Usually it's your consistency. They see you being consistent. They see you doing things. They see you, dedicating yourself to this new lifestyle, and they respect it. They want to be around it. In fact, the consistency often is what draws people to the team and keeps them on the team. Because in their life, they don't feel like they're surrounded by people who are striving to be consistent like they do on the team. Does that make sense? It becomes a community thing too. This is a huge piece, not only of building your team, building trust with customers, but building and keeping your team too, consistency. All right, so let's just talk about this real quick. How many of you are consistent with your products? You use them, it's part of your lifestyle, it's your thing. Let me see you guys. Consistent products, the product, okay, good. Hopefully everybody. That's the easy part. That's the really easy part. How about social media? How many of you are consistent on social media? You share your journey, people know what you're up to, and you're on there sharing and telling people, I'm getting a lick these, okay? Okay, well, there's something to write down. Write down that as a goal. Get more consistent on social media. That's important. Social media is a gift that has made this business so much easier, you guys. So much easier. I mean, look at this. I want you guys to know, I spent 12 years of my life working with a top speaker in the real estate industry, following him all over the country to hotel ballrooms, schlepping around equipment, and doing seminars. Since I launched Teamzy 5 years ago, I've trained over 100,000 people from my office right here over the internet. I mean, social media is amazing. We get these tools to build our business. Isn't that incredible? And you guys can do the same thing. So I'm just telling you, okay, that's a little side note. Here's the real checkup from the neck up. I borrowed that phrase from Zig Ziglar. Have you guys ever heard of or read any Zig Ziglar? Listening to Zig Ziglar? If you've never done that, write down the name Zig Ziglar and get one of his books. Amazing. All right. Here's the checkup from the neck up. Are you as consistent with your relationships? Probably not. That's probably why you're listening to me train tonight. And that's okay. I'm going to help you get there, right? That's why we are. But this is the thing is you need to be as consistent with staying in touch with people as you are about taking your products, sharing your story. Okay. This is important because relationship building is a contact sport. If you want to have relationships, which are the key to the business, you have to be in regular contact with people. There's no other way to do it. Okay. And I know your time is scarce, which is why we built Teamzy to make you incredibly efficient at this. All right, and I'll show you that in a second. But here's the big principle of the night. If you want to have relationships with people, investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. You guys got that? There's no other way to do it. Okay, just really quick. I want to see your faces for a second. How many of you have ever received from somebody that you love or care about a card or a letter that has a handwritten message from the heart? The kind of thing that when you read it, you were just like, oh my gosh, that really touches me. You guys, everybody, please? Yes, okay, good. If not, I always say if not, please put your address in the chat. We're gonna write you a card tonight because everybody needs to have something like that. Okay, just real quick by show of hands, how many of you still have the card that you thought of when I asked you the question, you still have it somewhere on your person, you've kept it? You were not able to throw it away? Yeah, we all do this. How many of you have a pile or a drawer or a box full of these things somewhere? Of course. They're priceless, aren't they? Okay. I mean, it's amazing how much we value these. In fact, when people pass away that we love, we often keep the letters, don't we? We treasure them the most. Okay, so here's a quick question. Have you ever received one of these? This is a happy birthday postcard. Just a postcard says happy birthday. This one's from my life insurance salesperson, right? And I get one every year from him. In fact, I get the same one every year. I don't know if he knows that I actually keep them and compare them, but I do. And this is a nice little, is this nice to get from somebody? Do you guys ever get something like this? It's kind of nice to get, right? But how many of you have saved this? It's in the special place where all the no way, right? Do you think this is the one that my son Cruz will select to be the bookmark in his Bible when I'm gone? No, he's going to laugh at this. The only reason I actually have this is so that I can use it as an example to make fun of on team trainings like this. Okay, so let's talk about this. Why is this not valuable? Whereas the handwritten cards, we keep them forever. What's the difference? Okay, so going back to the principle I just shared with you, this requires no time. This requires no time, so it has no value. And it's not a personal connection, it's a bulk mailing. Okay, so the principle was you need to invest time and connect with somebody if you want to deepen a relationship. This violates both principles, so we don't value it. Does it make sense? And so when you're building your business, you need to think, okay, relationships are the key to the business. I need to invest time and connect with people. Okay, now I'm not telling you that you need to be writing cards and letters all day long to everybody. Though if you can think of a reason to send somebody a handwritten card, you should do it. They'll keep it forever, right? If you put your heart into it, they'll keep it forever. I would go on Vistaprint, every single one of you, and get a cool Xyngular branded blank note card with your name on it and write cards to your customers every once in a while. Just saying. But beyond that, just reaching out and connecting with people. You know, I like to use Facebook Messenger. Maybe you like to text message people. Maybe you like to direct message people on Instagram. Just giving people a personalized, direct touch maybe only takes a few seconds, but it's still time invested and it's enough to make somebody's day. I'm going to show you guys how we built Teamzy to let you manage thousands of relationships while connecting personally with all of them. Pretty cool, right? Now, I threw the card over my shoulder, but I just want you guys to think about it because there's going to be a lot of people coming to you in this business trying to sell you marketing programs. And whenever you hear terms like automated marketing or automatic marketing, I just want you to think of that postcard, okay? Because automated usually means no time, not personal, and that person on the other end's not going to value it. Does this make sense? Okay. So let's dive back in here and then we'll take a look at Teamzy. I think I have one more slide. Okay, so you got that one. Big principle, investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. This is all great, right? This is great. Good stuff, Eric. Here's the problem, guys. You need a system. You can't just work on philosophy. You got to have a system to back it up. You need a way to stay in contact with all your relationships, all of them. You need to know when you're going to contact people. You need to know when not to contact people. And you need to do that without thinking about it, right? Without having to plan it. Know what you're going to say to people when they come up so that you're not staring at the screen for an entire hour just trying to think of something to say. Then you get nothing done. Who's guilty of that sometimes? I've done that. Look, everything I'm telling you not to do, I figured out by doing it wrong, okay? And then make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. You need a system to make sure that nobody falls through the cracks. This is huge. You do all this work and then people fall through the cracks. So, all right. You guys know the mystery is going to be solved. That system's Teamzy, right? Let's take a look at it real quick. Okay. Oh wait, let me just go to the setup wizard for you before I show this to you. All right. I can't type today. Anybody have trouble typing? You don't have to be a good typist to be successful in this business. That's good news, right? Okay, here we go. I used to be a good typist. How many of you used to be good typists and now you're not? That was me. Yeah. In the beginning of my corporate career, I was like a 60 word per minute typist. It was on my resume. Yeah. Now I type about 12 words per minute. Okay. So here's the Teamzy setup wizard. So how many of you guys are using Teamzy already? Let me see real quick. About half. Okay. If you're not using Teamzy already, you go to teamzy.com, get a free trial. It's a no-brainer. It's free for 30 days. We don't ask for your credit card or anything. It's just free. Go use it for 30 days. Have a great time. You're going to love it. You're going to love it. All right. So once you log into Teamzy, it takes you into the setup wizard. The setup wizard helps you set up Teamzy. It makes it easy. That's what we're looking at right now, the setup wizard. I'll walk you through this real quick. There's a little video from me. We'll skip that. But don't skip it yourself. Watch it when you're not with me right now. Okay. So the first thing we want to do in here is set your income goal. How much do you want to be earning in your business? What's your income goal? And you just move this little slider to whatever your goal is, right? Look, 500,000 says, whoa, Nelly. Yeah, that's the way you're gonna feel if you set a goal that high for this year, right? Okay, but look, I'm gonna put it back to where my this was my actual goal was 150. Okay, so my goal was to make 150,000. That was the income I wanted to replace with my business. Now, wherever you put the dot, it changes your daily activity level. So Teamzy knows we have an algorithm that calculates basically the results most people get when they're new at this. And so it's telling me I need to connect with 9 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 of my distributors each day, okay, to get to my goal. So that's my goal for the next 12 months is 5 days a week. I'm gonna do this daily target. Make sense? So now I have a system to follow. I know exactly what to do. Pretty cool. Let's continue. When I click continue, it now sets my Teamzy dashboard up to that goal. So whatever your goal is, it'll be customized for you. The next step is we're going to get your contacts imported. Okay. So you're going to want to get your back office, your team in first, then your customers imported. And then maybe you've got a bunch of friends on Facebook. You can bring the whole Facebook list in, which is pretty cool. You can bring your Instagram followers in, whatever you want to import. You want to get all your contacts into Teamzy, all of them in one place. Look, no more chasing down sticky notes or notebooks you can't find, you guys. Trying to scroll through your phone and figure it out. And then your phone does confusing stuff like it gets an email address from here and it makes a new record and it does, right? We're going to get them all organized in one place in Teamzy. There's a couple of reasons. One, it'll be in one place. You will always have access to it as long as your phone's in your pocket, okay? Because it lives in the cloud. The other thing is Teamzy does something magical with those contacts. I'm going to show you in a second. All right, so let's get this launched. Here's my Teamzy dashboard. I'll give you guys a quick view of it, at least the highlights. So right here where it says today's activities, these are the goals we just set in the setup wizard, okay? So my goal today is to connect with 9 prospects. I've got 0 done. I haven't done any work yet. I want to connect with 6 of my customers and 4 of my distributors, okay? I've also, and by the way, when I say connect, I don't mean cold message somebody or send them a video to watch or some cheesy thing like that, honestly. You don't like it when people do that to you. I mean, just connect. Just reach out and make their day. And I'll show you how to do that in a second. It's very simple. We just want to break the ice and send people a smile, honestly. So my goal is to connect with these people. In my case, it's 19 people. I'll show you that that's maybe 30 minutes work. I can do it in like 15, but I've been doing this a while. Let's say 30 minutes work. Okay, the other piece of my goals here are shares. I want to share 3 times a day. A share is when I share the products or share the business opportunity with somebody. Okay. Now, my goal is low on this, 3 a day, even though I'm going to connect with 19 people, because I'm not going to share every time I talk to somebody. I want to do it where there's some interest, right? I want to do it where there's some interest. I always tell people it's like asking for a date before you've introduced yourself, right? First, you want to talk a little bit, build some rapport. Okay. And then I've got a goal to add new people to my list. So every day, I just want to keep in mind, I'm trying to add a couple people to Teamzy every day to keep it fresh. So those are my daily activities. Now, this is really important, you guys, because Teamzy is based on this principle that if you want to build your business big, you need to keep your focus small. How many days do we have to build our business? Just today. Just today. Okay? Just today. Little side note, I like to go off on these little tangents. It's kind of like marriage. How many of you guys are married or in a committed relationship? Great. Or want to be? There you go. All right, I'm just going to share a little something. When I was preparing to marry my bride, my good friend Will, who's also our pastor, he took me on a hike up a mountain because he wanted to have a man-to-man talk to make sure I was ready to be a good husband. It was pretty cool, right? So we hike up this mountain. We get to the top, and I'm just like dying from this hike. And he says, "Hey, I want to make sure that you're ready for this commitment. And I want to talk to you about what it means to be married." I said, "Okay, great. That's why I'm here. That's why I climbed this mountain. Let's hear it. I want to hear the wisdom." He goes, "Well, the first thing you need to understand is that marriage is not a lifetime commitment. It is not a lifelong commitment." I said, "What? What are you talking about?" He says, "Marriage is a daily commitment." He said, "You have to commit to today. That's what you need to commit to." He goes, "Every morning you need to recommit. And that is how you have a successful marriage." He goes, "As soon as you think it's a lifelong commitment, then you don't worry about today anymore because you're in it for the long haul. Then you've stopped being committed." You guys, that was like a life-changing perspective for me. not only in my marriage, but in every aspect of life. I want you guys to understand something. You want to be successful in business, you need to treat your business the same way. It's a daily commitment. You can't say, well, this is my goal for 3 years and I'm kind of working towards it. It's today I am building my business. Okay. Now you can't do a year's work in one day. That's why Teamzy is telling you it's 1 hour. You're just going to get in there. You're going to do your hour and you've made your commitment to your business today. Does this make sense? Are you guys with me? Okay. I know when you get me, it's more of a sermon than it is a software training, but that's what you get, right? Next time you guys can get on get my technical team to do the training, it'll be a lot shorter too. Okay, so here we go. So we're gonna do. So I'm showing you how this works. So those are your daily goals. Now, Teamzy is designed around the Power Hour. So right here in the middle of the screen is your Power Hour module. This helps you be super focused for a short amount of time. Now, Teamzy keeps track of all your contacts. They're all in here, all their information, all their histories, everything is in here, right? But this Power Hour module lets you get really focused for a short amount of time to reach out and connect and do what we talked about, connecting and investing a little time into people, right? So let me show you how the Power Hour works. I've got 4 lists on the left: prospects, customers, my distributors, and my follow-ups list, okay? The right-hand side is where I log that activity as I go, so it's tracked as we go, all right? Now, I want you to notice, too, next to everybody's name is a number. We rate our relationships on a 5-star scale. I won't get deep into that today. There's a little video up here you guys can watch on the setup area about how to rank those people. But it's important to do the 5-star ranking of your relationships, because then Teamzy can create your list automatically every day and you never have to think about it, okay? And so what it does is it takes your 5-star people and it puts them first on your list. Then after your 5-star people come your 4-star people. Then after them come the 3 stars, and after them come the 2 stars. Does this make sense? And then they cycle back automatically so that you don't have to worry about staying in touch with them or setting a follow-up or anything. They come back automatically, but the more stars you give them, they come back more often. So your 5-star people come back every single month. Every 30 days, they cycle back. You get a reminder to reach out and connect with them. Your 4-star people come up back every 60 days. Your 3-star people come back every 90 days, and so on. Does this make sense? This system lets you stay in touch with people in the right amount of time without being weird or creepy, right? And it also helps you talk to your best people more often, the people who trust you the most more often, because they're more likely to join the team or to bring you, to refer somebody or to buy something, okay? So once you've done that, you're ready to do your Power Hour. So let me just show you how to do this. It's super fun. I'm gonna just do it with you. Now, I've got the first person on my list. You always start with your prospects. First person on my list today is Jay. So she's up next. I'm gonna send her a message. Remember, my job now is just to connect and make her day. I call this the make someone's day mindset. And if you can live in the make someone's day mindset and just think, okay, when I do my Power Hour, what I'm trying to do is just make people's day. Okay? You're going to have a lot of fun with it. And you're also going to create more opportunities. And a little side note, something I like because I'm a total wimp, you also won't get rejected. Very rarely will you find rejection with this way. You'll create more opportunities and very rarely get rejected. All right, so let's do this. Jay's the first person on my list. Now I'm going to message her. Oh my gosh, what will I say? How many of you guys get stuck here? What am I going to say? Maybe I haven't talked to Jay since high school. Oh my gosh. What will I say to her? So look, I created a scripts library right here. I'm going to spare you the mystery. Here it is, the scripts library. I put my best scripts in here for you to use. You can just go grab them. They're not cheesy sales scripts, by the way. They're just connect scripts. So I'm going to grab one for Facebook because I'm going to message her there on Facebook Messenger. And so let's just take the first one off the top of the list. Here's how it reads. It says, "Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome." Okay, super simple. Super simple. I'm not asking her. I'm just letting her know, like, don't worry, nothing weird's about to happen. I'm not going to try to sell you anything or hook you into something you're not interested in. Just stopping by to say hello. Okay, so let me copy that script and show you how this works. So what I'll do is I'll paste it into Teamzy because I want to edit it a little bit. What happened? Didn't paste? There we go. Obviously, the name's not correct. If you ever have somebody named Jane, it's great because you're like, oh, it's already set up. Okay, so I like some emojis. Let's see. My computer's lagging. Come on, computer, give me those emojis. Can't send a message without emojis. The computer's on mountain time too, see? All right, well, my emoji thing is not coming up. Come on, Mackie. Try one more time. Oh, look, it's in the menu. Let me try that way. There we go. I didn't know it was in the menu. That's great. All right, so I got my emojis. Let's see here. That's good to know. Look at that. You see that? I got emojis. Oh wait, I don't want to delete that one though. I need 2. You got to have at least 2 emojis, right? All right, so look, once you have this, you might want to do a little bit of editing to make it your own. Don't spend too much time on it though, because you can get sucked into the time. You want to get your power hour done efficiently. So look, I've got this message the way I want it. So what I'll do real quick is I'm going to copy that message and go send it to her. I've got Facebook open right here. We'll look her up. Okay, there she is. And I'm going to send this message to her. There it is. Just the way we wanted it. Send. See how easy that was? So now I've sent her a message. Some of you are like, I sent the message. Now what? Now she's going to respond. So I log it in Teamzy. I select what kind of activity it was. That was a Facebook message. See the blue button that says log connect, the big blue button? That's how you do it. Click that. So now it's logged and she's gone off the list. My list has now slid up. Notice that up here on my dashboard, I've got 1 done, 8 left. And see that little circle starting to fill in blue. So Missy's the next person on my list. I'll just use that same message. It's still on my clipboard. Just paste it in there. Okay, and just change the name. Now I've already got my emojis. I don't have to go back and do that again, right? So look, this is ready to go. So now I'm just going to toggle over again quickly. And I'm going to send her the message. Okay. Did you know there were so many people with the same name as you, Missy? It's crazy. I expect it with a name like Eric Johnson, but sometimes I'm surprised with less common names how many people have that name. It's amazing. Okay, look. So we're going to log this one. Boom, logged. 2 done, 7 left. Do you see how easy this is? So you're just going to go down your list and send out a connect message. You can mix it up. There's a few different messages to choose from if you want, but honestly, I just say stay efficient. Choose that same message, just fire it out. So my goal is to go down my prospects list till I have 9 done today. When I do that, that circle will be all the way blue. That's my visual cue that I'm ready to move to the next list. I'm done prospecting for the day. And by prospecting, I mean making people's day. So when I go to customers, now I'm going to do the same thing. My first customer is Arnaldo. I'm going to send him a message. So I'll go to my scripts again, just to get an idea of something to send him. Here's a good one. You're doing so great. I'm proud of you. Congratulations on. Do you guys ever have people lose weight? No? Never? They're like, please, Eric. Okay, so look, imagine somebody lost 10 pounds. Congratulations on losing 10 pounds. I'm so proud of you. Would that be a cool thing to send a customer? Do you think that that is more effective than saying, hey, Arnaldo, your shipment is due to ship again on Tuesday. Would you like to add to your order? What's going to make him want to add to his order more? Hey, you lost 10 pounds already on these amazing products that I'm sending you, right? So congratulate them. That's a good one. I like this one. How are you enjoying the products? And take out the word products and put in what he's actually buying. Please send me an update. Let me know how it can be of help. Don't worry, you have to write these down. They're in Teamzy for you. They're part of your scripts library. Here's my favorite one. Hi, Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Okay, so look, pick the one you want. You just want to stay in touch with your customers. That's all. You just want to stay in touch. You don't have to be salesy. You just want to be in touch with them. So change the name, Arnaldo. Okay, great. Just checking to see if there's anything I do to make your day. Great. So you get that again, go send it to him, log it in Teamzy, move on to the next one. My goal is to connect with 6 of my customers today. If I'm doing Teamzy daily, I'm going to be in touch with all my customers on a regular basis. Do you guys see how easy this is? Now, real quick on this important concept. Staying in touch with customers is as important as prospecting. Let me just say it again. Staying in touch with customers is as important as prospecting. 3 reasons. 3 reasons why. Real quick on this. I'm going to make it real quick, but I don't want to de-emphasize how important this is. Number 1, staying in touch with customers is the right thing to do. It's good service. How many of you want to provide good service? It's the right thing to do. Number 2, this is more motivational. By being in regular contact with customers, statistically, they order more product and they retain longer. Okay? They order more product and retain longer. Now, think about your customer list. Some of you have a small customer list. Some of you have an extensive customer list. Imagine you have an extensive customer list that orders more and retains longer. Is that a good thing? Yeah. Is it a good thing if you teach your team to do this and the whole team has customers who order more and retain longer? Is that good for everybody too? Yeah. Remember, you guys, this business, we focus on recruiting, but it's customers that pay us, isn't it? It's customers that pay. So you want to make sure they're retaining and that they're ordering more. So you just do it by staying in touch. Now just think about it. Think about going to an amazing restaurant with great service. Have you guys ever been to one of those? Was the service staff attentive? Yeah, they were present. They were present. They were nearby when you needed them. And then you tend to order more. You tend to have a great time, don't you? Get a couple more drinks, you order dessert. You're like, this is so much fun. And in the end, you left happier and you bought more product. That's what happens with your customers. They're happier, you serve them better, and they order more. Everybody's happy. So stay in touch, regular contact. Third reason why you need to be in touch with customers. Oh my gosh, how many of you want more customers? Yes, hopefully all of you are raising your hands. Think about this. Where do you go to find great customers? What's the best place to find them? I'll tell you. Is it the county fair? You hang out next to the deep fryers at the county fair and tell people about Xyngular? That doesn't work, does it? Don't try that. Trust me. Don't try that. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants a solution. They don't believe they have the problem yet. But here's the thing. The best place to find new customers is from your current customers. Make sense? Think about it. The person we just congratulated for losing 10 pounds, they're talking about it to everybody. That's the way we're wired. How many of you guys got good results and that's why you're even here? Your customers are telling other people about what they're doing. They're excited about the products. They're excited about the results they're getting. And so they're already telling friends and family about it. Did you guys know the statistic? I think it's 82% of people say that they make their buying precisions. Is that a word? They make buying decisions based on the recommendation of a friend. That's true, right? So look, think about it. Your customers are telling their friends about Xyngular. They're 82% likely to make that buying decision based on that recommendation. Are you, the important question, are you getting introduced to the people they are talking to? And if the answer is no, the first step is staying in touch with your customers. They're not going to introduce you to somebody if you're not in touch with them. They're going to send people to the Xyngular website somehow. They're going to end up with somebody else. That's probably, how many of you that's happened? You're like, why didn't you tell them to talk to me? Look, you don't expect them to share your information with friends and family. Ask them to introduce you. Okay? Ask them to introduce you. First you got to be in touch, because if you haven't talked to your customer since they ordered 6 months ago, and now you're going to message them and say, could you introduce me to your friends and family? They're just going to think you're a cheese ball, right? But if you're in regular contact, use Teamzy, reach out, make their day, be present. Then I can say something to Jessica like, Jessica, you're my guinea pig because you're right in the middle of my screen. Jessica, I know you're getting amazing results. You've already lost 10 pounds. Unbelievable. Everybody must be commenting on how you look. Congratulations. She's, well, thanks to you, coach, or whatever, right? So we're having a conversation. I go, well, I just want you to know that I'm sure that you're talking to friends and family about what you're doing, and there's probably people you care about who need more information about Xyngular. So before I get too busy this month, I want to make sure I put aside some time for the people you care about. Is there anybody that you've been talking to that I need to get some information to? Okay. Do you guys see how that's not pushy or salesy? It's me wanting to help her genuinely. And she goes, well, I have talked to Sandy and I did talk to Teresa, and they both were a little curious. Perfect. Could you do me a favor, Jessica? Would you introduce me to those ladies? Whatever's easiest, just a group text or something. Just introduce me and I'll get them some more info, and if they're interested, we can take it from there. This is how you got to be in touch with customers to get introduced. Here's what I want you guys to know. After you've been doing this business a couple years and you've built a customer list, honestly, this works so well, you don't even have to prospect anymore. You just keep getting introduced by people, and then those people come and they already trust you. It's great. Does this make sense? So got to be in touch with your customers. Did I get the point across? 3 reasons. Okay. Got to be in touch with your customers. The next list is your distributors. So when this turns all the way pink, I've connected with my goal for the day and customers. I go to my team and I start connecting with my team. And again, I just want to make my team's day. I just want them to know I'm here, that I care, that I'm thinking about them, see if they need anything. Does this make sense? Now, if you've got 1 or 2 people on your team, hitting this goal is going to be very easy, right? Your focus is going to be on building a team by prospecting more if you've got no team. But as you build up your team, this becomes really important because it connects people to you and to your mission and to the relationship, okay? This is why we named the product Teamzy, because it's about building a team. You guys with me? So the first half of your power hour is just messaging prospects, customers, then distributors, just sending them a make someone's day message. Use my scripts until you've gone through your whole list at least once and feel really comfortable, right? So you understand how to do it. My goal was $150,000 a year. That means that I need to spend 15 to 30 minutes during the first half of my power hour. Crazy, right? It's amazing how focused you can be with a plan and a system. Now, the second half of my power hour is my follow-ups list. Now, I want you to notice there's no follow-up scheduled. That's because you have to put people on the follow-ups list. Now, remember, I don't need to set a follow-up just to stay in touch with people. Teamzy automatically cycles people through my up next lists. 5 stars every 30 days, 4 stars every 60, 3 stars every 90 days, 2 stars every 120 days. They automatically come back. I don't have to set follow-ups for them. So who do I put on a follow-ups list? The follow-ups list are the people I've done shares with. I've shared the business or I've shared the products with, and now I'm following up to see if they're ready to buy. Does this make sense? So let me give you an example. It's just water. I need to be like Blake Shelton and put up 20 ounces of whiskey. That'd probably make these calls shorter. You think it'd be shorter or longer? I don't know. All right, here we go. Give you an example. So I messaged Missy at the beginning of my power hour just to make someone's day message. She responds. Now, the great thing about a make someone's day message is they often respond. Great to hear from you. We're doing great, right? And so now I have a chance to actually have a conversation. So when you get that response, it's, oh, I'm so glad to hear that. Well, send me an update, Missy. Tell me what you've been up to. You know, send me an update. So I love that. By the way, I love the phrase, send me an update. If you write that down, you guys, if you ever struggle with how to get someone to talk to you, ask them a question and then say, send me an update. Like, how was your summer? Send me an update. How are your holidays? Send me an update. Because people kind of need to be told what to do. Otherwise it's kind of awkward. Once you tell them what to do, they're, oh, okay. Well, you know, we went here with the kids and we did this and we did that. So she's sending me her update. So now Missy's giving me an update. We did this and we did that and blah, blah, blah. And she's telling me what they're doing, which is great. So I'm listening. And now I'm going to ask questions as we go. Just try to be engaging. Try to have a normal conversation with her. What I'm hoping to do in the conversation, not only to learn about where she's at in her life, but to see if there's anything I can help with. Okay, remember, my goal is to build trust and to build a relationship. I'm not necessarily looking for the sale, I'm just trying to build trust and build a relationship, listen to her, be interested in what she's talking about, and see if there's any way to help her. Okay, it may have nothing to do with Xyngular. She may have a leak in her roof from the last storm and need a roofer, and I know a great roofer in the neighborhood. So I'm going to connect her, right? Does that make sense? Okay. So now she's given me her update. She's told me what's going on in her life. What am I going to do? What would be the natural, normal thing for me to do in this conversation? I'm going to give her my update, right? I'm going to tell her what we've been up to. So I'm going to tell her about my wife and my kids and the dog and everything that's happening. And of course, we talk about work. So I'm going to tell her about my business. This is how you talk about your business in the most natural and unobtrusive way. Okay. So I don't know if I told you, Missy, that I started my own business about 5 years ago. It's been the most incredible thing. I actually help people lose weight and get healthy. Yeah. I stumbled across this company and they really helped me. I lost 60 pounds. It was life-changing. And then I was so excited to share it with other people because of what it was doing for me. And I found I kind of had a knack for it. And it's been amazing. I've been able to leave my corporate job, be with my family. So you tell about your business. It's just a catch up. Does this make sense? And what I recommend you do is you tell them what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. Tell them what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. What's your story? And everybody will respond the same way. Wow, good for you. Oh, that's great. I'm really proud of you for that. Does this make sense? How many of you wish everybody responded to your Xyngular business like that? But when you have this approach, that will be how they respond. Now, they may still be skeptical and worried that you're going to try to pitch them, which is fine. But you just want them in that place where they're happy for you and what you're doing. Does that make sense? Now, when you hear them being really enthusiastic, I call it measuring the motivation, but when you hear enthusiasm for what you're doing, then you just ask them, hey, would you like to learn more about it? Okay. Some people are always like, Eric, you make it sound so easy, so simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. It's not easy, but it is simple. You know, well, let me know if you'd like to learn. You know, look, if you're worried about getting rejected, and I hate rejection. Why do you think I teach this? But this works better too. I just say things like, hey, listen, you know, if you're interested in learning more about it, let me know. Okay. Be happy to send you some info. Because they're like, wow, good for you. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate that. And if you'd ever like to learn more about it yourself, let me know. Sometimes you're just planting the seed. Does that make sense? But often when you share your story and your testimony, people will say things like, man, I could lose 20 pounds. And all kidding aside, you know, if you'd ever want to, if you'd like to set up a time to talk for 5 or 10 minutes, I could hear what goals you have and see if it's something I could help you with. Would you like to set one of those up? Are you guys with me? People joke. Okay, so just a little side note. I know, side notes, that's my life. I'm a coach first, software guy second, so I get into this. But I want you guys to know that people joke or complain about the things that matter. They make jokes or they make complaints. So listen for those. Listen for those. Or they joke. Sometimes they joke and complain. You know, when you're in the business of helping people get healthy and lose weight, then they joke and complain a lot about themselves and how they feel about themselves. And that's where you just need to be confident and go, you know what, it's not a big deal. This is what I do. I help people with this. So I'd love to get together with you for 5 minutes and see what your goals are and see if I can help you with it. Okay. So you see how this is transitioning. So I'm talking to Missy. She's probably not a good example, but we'll pretend. This is the before Missy. So she's like, you know, joking about that. Great. Let's get on a 5-minute call and see. Or we can, you know, we can meet at Starbucks and talk about it a little bit and see what your goals are, whatever the case may be. So she's like, okay, yeah, I'm up for that. Let's talk about that. Great. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have this meeting with her. Let's say we do it via Zoom. We have it like, you know, a Zoom or a FaceTime or something where we talk about it. I like to get face-to-face. If I can't get physically in the same area with somebody, then FaceTime or Zoom works great because you're still face-to-face, just like we are, right? So let's say I do that and we're talking a little bit and I get to share the business with her. Let me now look it up. I'm going to log it in Teamzy. So she's not on my dashboard, so I'm going to look her up. Okay. So that's what that lookup bar is for. That takes me to her contact record in Teamzy where I keep a record of everything, right? So I can open that connect box by clicking on it, just like on the dashboard. And so let's say, you know, I got her on this video chat. Here it is, video chat, right? Video chat. And I'm going to log my notes from our call right here as we're chatting, or maybe I'll write them in after. And so on the call, I shared some products, a product mix with her that I think would help her. So what I'm going to do here is click on share. See where it says share? This is how I log a share. So instead of just being connect, maybe I shared the business opportunity. Maybe I just shared products. I'll just say it was products. Okay. And so when I toggle that to a share, you can notice it now activates the follow-up because now that I've shared something, I need a follow-up. Okay. And it toggles it to 2 days out, but I can change it to any date I want in the future. I'm going to make it tomorrow. Okay. Because I like to follow up the next day. So when I log this in Teamzy, you guys, it adds now a follow-up to her record. Let me just show you on the dashboard real quick. So it's logged as share. See that? And it's put her on my follow-ups list for tomorrow. With me? So after you're using Teamzy for a few weeks, this follow-ups list will start to fill up. Okay. Let's say, you know, it might take you 3 weeks before you have 10 people on the follow-ups list, but now you've got 10 people on the follow-ups list. So what happens is when you do your power hour, you go prospects, just like I showed you, connect with people, your customers, connect with people, distributors, connect with people. And then you go to your follow-ups list and anybody who's due today, you send them a follow-up message. Don't overthink it. By the way, I put the follow-up messages in Teamzy for you. You can just use mine, copy and paste them. They work great. Okay. So look, Missy, let's pretend she's actually not due till tomorrow, but let's pretend she's due. Let me show you how to do it. Do it exactly the same way. Go to scripts. And this time, look for scripts that are called follow-up. Look, here's one, follow-up number 1. Here's how it reads. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Super simple, okay? Little pro tip, always tell people you'll follow up and when. I'll follow up tomorrow, see if you have any questions. Sound good? She says, great. And then when you follow up, you tell her, checking in like I promised I would. Do you guys see how powerful that is? It's not, I'm checking in to pester you. It's, I'm following through on my promise because you can trust me. So look, I got that just like we do the other ones. You paste it in there, change the name to the right name. Okay? And then send her the message. Oh, look, I still have her up. Great, send message. Perfect. Paste it in there. It's just like a regular connect, a follow-up. The message is now sent. Now I log this in Teamzy the same way now, but pay attention. Before I hit log connect, I want to set a new follow-up. So click on follow-up and set a new one. You want to keep following up with her. You don't want her to go back into the Teamzy flow. If you don't set a new follow-up, she'll go back into the Teamzy cycle. I want to keep her on this follow-ups list. So I'm going to set it for 2 days in the future, okay? And I can leave a little note, which is great when you have a lot of follow-ups. You leave a little note on what you're going to talk about next or what you talked about. I'm going to put follow-up number 2 is what I'm sending next time. And then I log that. So when I log that follow-up, you can see now she has a follow-up due on Wednesday. You guys with me? All right. So you want to keep her on that follow-ups list basically forever until she converts. Once you've shared your products or shared your business with somebody who's shown interest, you want to follow up forever. Now, let me just explain this really quick because some of you are like, follow up forever, Eric. I don't want to be annoying. How many of you don't want to be annoying? Okay, just really quick, show of hands. If you guys can pop your cameras on for a second so I can see your hands if you're in the room, if you're not making a sandwich in the other room. How many of you are in this business because you really want to help people? Let me see the helpers. Like you're really passionate about helping people. Okay, cool. All right, so here's what I want you guys to understand. Xyngular products do not help people if they don't purchase them. Oh, I had you for a second, didn't I? If they don't purchase them, it's not going to help them, is it? So here's what I want you, here's the stat. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Okay? Dang it. That many, Eric? Yes. How many of you guys follow up 10 times typically? No, because you don't want to be annoying, right? I'll teach you how to do it without being annoying right now. People will love you for it. They will thank you. You'll never be annoying. Okay. I'm going to teach you the principles. It's super easy. But here's what I want you guys to understand is if you really want to help people, you have to follow up more. The follow-up is how you help people. You can't help them until you followed up enough for them to get the products in their hands. And so this is why I just want you to take my philosophy on. Here's my philosophy. Following up is an act of love. Following up is an act of love. Okay. It's an act of love. And not following up communicates, I don't care about you. It's the opposite, isn't it? So you guys want to be the lovers, right? Not the not caring about them. So here's how you do it without being annoying. I've shown you how to do it in Teamzy. Unbelievably simple, right? You guys can do this. Jay, who works with Teamzy, she did a walkthrough for a 96-year-old woman yesterday. And she said, Teamzy really is for everyone, isn't it? Yeah. So look, anyone can do this. It's easy. But here's what I want you guys to understand. You don't want to be annoying. Here's the 2 principles. Principle number 1, don't ask them to do anything in the follow-up. Don't ask them to do anything. Okay? They don't need to call you. They don't have to respond. They don't have to do anything because that's annoying. Number 2, they have to be able to read your entire message on the lock screen of their phone without ever opening it. Okay? They have to be able to read your entire message without ever opening it. So that means that it has to be, it can't be a voice message, can't be a video message. They have to be able to read it. It has to be short enough they can read the whole thing without opening it. Why is this so important? Because the vast majority of your messages will never be opened, but you want them always to be seen. How many of you have followed up with people and you're like, they're not even opening my messages? Oh my gosh, poor me. Do you guys ever get a message at the worst possible moment? There's no way you can respond to it right now. The kids are screaming, the dog's throwing up on the baby, you're driving your car and you're making dinner all at the same time, right? You're not going to answer that message. but we still want to see it, don't we? We will still take a second to look at it, won't we? And so you just want them to see it. That's all that matters. And here's what happens. I'm talking to Missy. She's excited. Oh my gosh, she's so excited. I get on the team call with you guys. Eric, what's going on in the business? Oh, I got this new prospect, Missy. She's gonna be a star. I can tell already. And everyone's like, oh yay, good for you, Eric. Then what happens? The next team call. How's it going? I don't know. She ghosted me. She never responds to my messages. Nothing. I really thought she was excited. I don't know what's going on. The next team call. Did you ever hear from Missy? No, I haven't heard from Missy. Now I'm starting to make stories up. You know, her husband's a jerk, I heard. Or it's probably the economy. You know, I heard, or, you know, I heard there was a lot of snow in Colorado this week. That's probably it. They probably don't even have internet. I don't know. Right? Do you guys catch yourself making up stories? Here's what I want you guys to know. 80% of people take 7 to 10 follow-ups. Okay? And they won't respond at all to the first 5 or 6. Nothing, crickets. They won't even open your messages a lot of times. But if you're doing this right, they're seeing your messages and you're still top of mind. Okay? And their life is going on. It's overwhelming at times. It's just normal life. Around 6 or 7 follow-ups, long after you normally would have given up, but now you're using Teamzy, so you're on top of it, you'll get a response. And it'll be something like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry I haven't responded. Thank you so much for staying in touch. I really appreciate it. I need to get this. I need to get these products now. This happens, you guys. It's like clockwork. It's like clockwork. I have shared this message with 100,000 people in 4 years. There's a reason I'm still here. It works. It works. Like, amazing. So look, this is what you do. You get your Teamzy set up. Some of you are already using Teamzy, but tonight light bulbs went on. You're like, wow, I'm not doing this right. Let me try this again. Connect with people. Connect. Have conversations. In those conversations, share what you do and why you're passionate about it, just as part of your conversation. Okay? You're just sharing what you're doing and why you're passionate about it. And then offer to give people more information if they'd like it. And then take them down to the next step. Okay? After you've shared with them, put them on that follow-ups list. So your power hour every day looks like this. Connects to prospects, connects to customers, connects to your team, follow-ups. Any follow-ups that are due, you just send the next follow-up. And if you do this consistently, what happens is every single month, people come off that follow-ups list and join your team or become customers every single month. And past customers who cancel come back every single month because you're treating them the same as current customers, by the way, if you're not. Canceled customers are the same as current customers. Keep in touch with them the same way. They come back constantly. They didn't cancel because they didn't like you or they didn't like Xyngular. They just probably had more stuff in the cabinet than they needed this month. Does that make sense? And we take it as they canceled me. No, they just didn't need more this month. Are you guys with me? Okay. That is the system in a nutshell. That's how you do it. And let me just show you how to finish her off once she joins the team and makes her purchase. Okay. So let's say I've been following up for 6 months and she finally makes her purchase and joins the team. How do I finish her off in Teamzy? I'm going to look her up and go to her record. First thing I'll do is click on sale and just what kind of sale was it? Did she come in with the full package? Maybe she got an ultimate. Great. Save it. I would also add that as a tag. Okay, that way I have it tagged so that I can find her on a list of everybody who's ever bought that. See, if I click on ultimate, I get the list of everybody who ever bought it by putting that tag, which is pretty cool. And then I'm back on Missy though. But what I'm going to do now is, now that I've logged the sale where it says member type, I'm going to click over and change her member type. Maybe she's a customer now. Maybe she's a distributor. She came in as a distributor. Great. So I'm going to click on distributor, personally sponsored. So that's how I finished her off in Teamzy. I logged the sale, I tagged it, and I moved her to the right category now. So I'll continue my relationship with her, but she'll be on my distributor list instead of my prospects list next time I connect. Cool? Okay. And that's how you do your power hour. And you just got to get focused on doing that several days a week. You're going to have an awesome business. Okay. Real quick, let me give you a couple action steps. If you've got questions, think of them now, and I'll answer some questions here before we go. But I'll give you a couple action steps real quick. First off, hold on, skip through those slides. Action steps. If you're not using Teamzy, go get your free trial started. It's a no-brainer. Go get your free trial started. Also, if you're already in a free trial, set up your subscription now. You can do it at any point in your free trial. so you don't miss a beat when it's over. Okay, so it won't bill you until after your 30 days free, but you can set it up so that you're ready to go. Makes sense? There's also an additional good reason to do it now, because we have a special situation that we're doing for Xyngular, because you guys are a new network and you guys are rocking right now. We're giving you a chance to be a founding member of Teamzy for Xyngular through the end of this month, the end, March 31st. So if you sign up for Teamzy before March 31st, you're a founder, which means you lock in a third off the price for life. How cool is that? So instead of $29.99 a month, which Teamzy's normal price is, which is dirt cheap for what you're getting, less than $1 a day, you can do it for $19.95 a month. Okay. So lock it in and you'll have that price for life. It won't ever change. Pretty cool. So make sure that you guys get that set up. Let your team members know that they need to get this going this month, because they're going to be bummed next month when it's cost more. All right. And I also recommend you get a 30-day success partner to do this with. Otherwise, what will probably happen, and this may have already happened to some of you, is you sign up for the free trial and you don't do much with it. Right? And then you're emailing my team going, I let it go by and I didn't use it. And here's what I want you to do. Get a success partner. Say, hey, let's do this together. Let's hold each other accountable. Let's have the best month we've ever had in our business. And take a screenshot each day of your completed Teamzy dashboard and message it to your success partner, or partners. Groups of 3 work great too. What happens is maybe you didn't do anything today and you get the message from your partner and it's like, oh gosh, now I got to get out my phone and do my Teamzy. Okay. The accountability is where it's at. There's nobody successful in this business that I've ever met that doesn't have an accountability partner. Honestly, there's no such thing as someone who can do this by themselves. I haven't met that person yet. They all have at least one accountability partner. Sometimes there's a group of them that hold each other accountable and push each other. Finally, I'm going to give you my 5-day challenge. My 5-day challenge is this: use Teamzy 5 days in a row and connect with 100 people over those 5 days. 20 a day. And I just mean send the message. Okay. If you do that, it will blow your mind. Your mind will be blown at the response that you create in 5 days. Like, oh my gosh, you're going to feel like your hair is on fire. You're going to have so many messages happening. And it's not because I want to overwhelm you, but I want you to feel it. I want you to know what you can do by making people's day, what kind of momentum you can create in your business. I don't want you ever believing the stories you've told yourself that, oh, things just aren't happening right now. When your teammates come to you and tell you that, 5-day challenge, go. 30-day free trial, go do it. Prove me wrong. Are you with me? Who's in? Okay, good. All right. Now that you've got your action steps, if you've got questions, I'm happy to take them. Just unmute your microphone, ask away. It was that good. Drop my mic, but it's attached. It's okay. It's all good. I know there was a lot of information that I shared with you guys tonight, and hopefully it was valuable, that you guys found it valuable. So again, I just encourage you guys, join the Teamzy family, get in there and use it. We hope to have you here with us. We would love to serve you and connect with you at a deeper level. So I just want to say thank you guys so much for having me tonight. I know some of you had some connectivity issues. Hopefully this was really valuable for you. We are honored to serve you. And I just want to say God bless you and have a great night. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.